SVG's Jason Dackman here with another edition of the SVG New Sponsor Spotlight. We're super excited to have Qualstar joining the SVG community, and I'm here with their recently named CTO, Jeff Sengpiehl. Jeff, thanks so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Jason, really excited to be here.
So tell us a little bit for those that aren't familiar in the SVG world, what Qualstar provides, a little bit of history of your company. And again, like I said, you're recently joined the company, so a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Qualstar is a startup that formed in 1984. We provide tape backup and have been living in the storage world for, since 1984, which is back when Footloose came out. So for those familiar with that, they've got an idea. And we've always lived in the tape backup space, and our play is simply that, Qualstar is LTO. And the funny thing is, a lot of people don't really think about where LTO lives, and they think it's not around anymore. It just really kind of changed its name, moved to a data center, and calls itself Glacier or other things at this point. So it's been around for quite a long time, and we have a storied history with tape and tape backups. As far as myself, I came from the media and entertainment industry. Uh, Started here back in September, middle of it, and my history is in building facilities for all sorts of production things. I've worked on all sorts of different shows, from General Hospital to American Idol to Game of Thrones. So I've got a long history in the world of media and entertainment.
Very cool. All right, great. So we are the sports production folks over at SVG. So in terms of specific to this community, what can Qualstar provide? What gives you the leg up in terms of other potential storage providers when it comes to sports production?
I think the real easy fit for us, Jason, is that we are the lowest cost of ownership to keep data around for a long, long time.
Hmm.
So we were recently at a trade show in St. Louis, and a gentleman came up and said, "Oh my goodness, I still have LTO one running in my garage. I'm backing up stuff." And I said, "Do you want to upgrade?" No, 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 it was working great.
Right, right.
It lasts for 30 years. And tapes are very, very low cost to get into. Part of the problem is sports, like anything else, is generating larger and larger amounts of content,
Sure.
and the price of other storage methodologies is not going down like everyone would hope it would because of all sorts of different reasons. And it's provided a pressure on folks to try to do more with less. And what tape does is it allows you to have a place to move data and media when you're not using it right then and there.
Right.
And if you've got an asset management system that can track that, it knows what's on tape and can present it to everyone in the organization just like it's on spinning disk, but at probably less than a third of the cost of what you'd normally spend. So if you say, "Hey, I need everything to do with Baez in the 2016 season for the Cubs, pull it back," that request can go out and do that. I would think though that the Cubs keep the 2016 season always online, but
Right.
that's the sort of idea. It lets you go in and quickly grab something. And when you've got new folks added to the organization, they can come in and very quickly be able to find things. It's not just simply looking for, in the case of the Cubs, November 2016. It's you've got, this particular inning or this particular player is like, "Hey, I want all the Rizzo highlights from Game 7."
Right.
Bam, there they are.
Sure. So as this industry evolved, you mentioned it, but there certainly was a sprint towards the cloud, a sprint towards some next generation, storage methodologies. And when people started seeing those bills, that TCO of tape started to look real good, right? So how do you see, and how does the company as a whole see the next 12 to 18 months playing out? And what are you guys excited for as 2026 comes upon us?
Sure. One of the things we're seeing a lot of is repatriation of data.
Sure.
People are pulling stuff back down from the cloud because of costs or other reasons. And one of the things I do know of, because I've witnessed this personally, is a number of major sports leagues will have agreements with certain cloud providers that only runs for a certain amount of time.
Yep.
And then you need to put the data into another cloud provider, and moving it cloud to cloud isn't always necessarily good. And having that access to your data on your own is the best possible scenario where we can just pull it from here. We don't need to grab it from whichever cloud we happen to be involved with at the moment. That also presents for us, we're getting into larger and larger libraries. So we used to top out at an 80 slot library, which could then stack to 560. We now have an entry model that starts at 1,115 slots. So the demand for tape is growing larger and larger as people have more and more data and begin to repatriate that from various clouds, or they're using that as a physical backup to take care of anything in the event of any sort of disaster.
It's a great point. Certainly, especially as those initial large scale cloud provider deals expire and the terms that were quite nice at the beginning maybe change that second time around. Tape becomes very exciting opportunity. So, Jeff, thanks so much. Really appreciate your time. Welcome to SVG, and we hope to see you at an SVG event sometime soon.
Sounds good. Yeah, I plan to be there this coming month at the summit.
At the SVG Summit in New York City. Make sure to take a look and meet there. If you want to check out more about Qualstar, make sure to check out qualstar.com. That's QALSTAR. And for more news on Qualstar, stay tuned to sportsvideo.org, SVG Play, and the SVG YouTube channel.